Okay, let's go through today's topic, the Enlightenment or the Age of Reason. The Enlightenment really was a time where people took the ideas and the methods of a scientific revolution. They put things through a new lens, a new point of view, questioning about new solutions to a lot of man's problems. The goal of many thinkers was to rely on human reason, rationalism, in order to create a better society for everyone, trying to minimize human suffering as much as possible. So, what issues did the Enlightenment address? What about the natural rights of man? How to find a ruler and what limits on those rulers should be? What religion is and what should be tolerated? How to create a society that would be beneficial for everybody? And what about the role of women? Well, English women became more independent. They attended theaters and coffee houses. Some became pioneers as writers, the first professional women writers. Women became more active in social and cultural life. Women readers and writers influenced the rise of the novel. They did not want to read stories about heroes of the past, but about ordinary people of their days. This new view of the natural world, this new optimism, this new harmony between man and nature improved a new taste for landscape paintings, for example. Also, English gardens were copied all over Europe, from Versailles to St. Petersburg, and common and uncultivated lands of the English landscape began to take its modern form. You know, English countryside, carefully planned spaces, freedom, simplicity, and balance. The belief that reason could improve society and discover new horizons led to exploration, led to civilized new lands as Australia, New Zealand, Hawaiian Islands. Exploration took new experience and the encounter with new peoples, native peoples. The restoration of the Stuart dynasty marked a decisive reaction against Puritan morals which had led to the closing down of the theatres. It was a period of great change in the style of plays, acting, and type of audience. The Restoration playhouses were finally roofed and artificially lit with candles. There were footlights, drop curtain, and painted movable scenery at the back of the stage. The audience sat in the dark in galleries, and the place for the groundlings became now a very fashionable place to be seen. Prices of performances were mainly expensive, And finally, actresses playing female roles and actors were tied to the theatre by a contract. The audience now belonged to the upper classes. People used to go to the theatre not only to see brilliant comedies but also to meet other people and to feel fashionable. The best literary expression of Restoration drama was the Comedy of Manners. The Comedy of Manners makes fun of the manners and absurdities of an artificial, sophisticated society. In the Comedy of Manners, characters were more likely to be types than individuals. The plot often involved clever handling of situation and intrigue. But it was less important that atmosphere, dialogue, and satire. The use of prose dialogue rather than rhymed verse increased realism on the stage. The other realistic element of the Comedy of Manners was the theme of marriage, mainly linked to sex and money. Sexual desires and infidelity in spite of feelings, and witty heroines more interested in fashion than in morals. The new interest of middle class people in literature gave rise to journalism and to the novel too. The growing importance of the middle classes, both in the political and social field, had a strong influence on literature, encouraging the rise of prose. So, the novelist became the spokesman of the middle class. Here are the fathers of the English novel. Jonathan Swift with the utopian novel Gulliver's Travel. Samuel Richardson with the epistolary novel such as Pamela, Clarissa, Henry Fielding and his picaresque novel inspired to a Spanish style influenced by Miguel de Cervantes. Lawrence Sterne in the Ant novel, an experimental work of fiction. And then we find Daniel Defoe and his realistic novel. We will talk about Daniel Defoe next time. He deserves a special place.